They say your whole life can change in 30 seconds. I guess I learned that the hard way. One minute I was a tired man, dreaming of roast chicken and a little peace at home after 3 brutal days of business travel, and the next, I was standing outside my own mansion, wrists raw from handcuffs, lights flashing in my eyes, the neighbors whispering, the internet gawking, and my name burning across every phone screen in town. People love to watch a disaster, especially when they think it's someone like me at the center. But let me start at the real beginning, the moment it all spiraled. The moment I realized how little all my success, all my titles, and all my patience would matter when I drove up to my own front gate that evening. I'll never forget how the sky looked, just starting to turn gold over the Thompson Ridge estates, air thick with late summer heat. My BMW wasn't fancy, not compared to the parade of brand new SUVs that lived in this neighborhood, but it was mine. I pulled up, window down, daydreaming about greeting my daughter, maybe getting a real hug from my wife for once. And suddenly, smack! The guard shack window slid open. That's where I met Jake. I'd seen him before, but I doubt he'd ever noticed me. Not as a person, anyway. Jake stepped out slow, sunglasses on, posture that screamed, "I run this gate." He looked me up and down like he was searching for something sticky on the bottom of his shoe. "Deliveries around back," he said, flicking his wrist toward a road I'd never used. "This entrance is for residents only." At first, I thought he must be joking. I mean, I'm in front of a gate with my name on it. But the way he said it, there was nothing playful there. Just assumption, plain and sharp. "I live here," I replied, calm as I could manage, reaching for my ID. "Just got home from a business trip." Jake barely glanced at my driver's license, didn't even let his eyes settle on my name or address. "Nice try. Paperwork's easy to fake these days. You people think you can just drive in, huh?" The words, "you people," hit me right in the gut. It's amazing how old wounds can still sting. I tried again, voice steady, pointing right at my address on the ID. "That's my house, right there behind you." But he wasn't hearing it. "I know who lives here," Jake shot back. "You need to turn around and leave, or I'll call for backup." That's when it clicked. He genuinely believed I didn't belong. The clothes, the car, maybe the skin. I checked all the wrong boxes in his mind. I took a deep breath, my old mentor's voice echoing in my head. "Never get angry first, Marcus. Let them show the world who they really are." So, I didn't shout. I just asked. Again, as politely as I could, "Would you please call the management company? They can confirm in 2 minutes." Jake smirked, grabbed his radio, and muttered, "Mike, main gate. Got a situation here." I sat there, pulse racing, sweat prickling my collarbone, as his supervisor rolled up, Mike, older, with a gut and a glare that said he'd seen everything, or thought he had. "What's the problem?" Mike barked. Jake gestured at me. "Claims this is his house. Wants to get through." Mike looked me over, didn't look at my ID, didn't ask for my name. "Listen, son, these are $1 million homes. People work their whole lives for a place like this. Don't make it harder for yourself. Now." Son from a stranger like him isn't casual. It's a warning. I could hear the same old script in his voice. "You don't belong. You never will." My chest tightened. And for a second, all those years of fighting to prove myself threatened to crumble. I wanted to explain everything, to make them see, but I knew it wouldn't matter. Mike stepped closer. "I'm going to ask you to turn your car around and leave, or I'll call the police." I shook my head, jaw clenched so tight I could taste metal. "I'm not leaving. I'm a resident here. Call whoever you need." Jake pulled out his phone and started recording, angling it just so. "Security measure," he muttered, but I saw the little red "live" in the corner. Within seconds, people online were watching me, judging, typing away about another suspicious person at the gates. Comments started popping up on his screen, some calling for my arrest, others using words I won't repeat here. I felt suddenly naked, every part of me dissected by strangers who didn't know my name but sure knew what I looked like. I thought about calling my wife, but Jake jumped. "Keep your hands where I can see them." Mike crossed his arms. "You heard him. Don't make any sudden moves." That's when the police sirens started to echo down the street. Jake was grinning, giving his online fans a play. By play. "Looks like backup's here. This is what you get trying to sneak into our community." My hands started to tremble, not from guilt, but from pure, cold fury. I'd spent years building this life, bought this house with honest work, sat on city committees to make this town better for families like mine. Yet, here I was, branded a criminal at my own doorstep. The police arrived in a flash, 3 cruisers, lights bouncing off my hood. The neighbors started to gather, some clutching their bathrobes, others holding up phones. It felt like a circus, and I was the only act. An officer, Rodriguez, I caught his name, strode up. "All business." "Sir, step out of the vehicle, please." I hesitated. Every story I'd ever read about men like me and moments like this filled my mind. If I made the wrong move, would I ever see my daughter again? Would my wife have to tell the news cameras that I was a good man? That chill crawled up my spine, but I knew I had to face it. I got out slowly, hands visible, voice shaking, but clear. "Officer, I live here. My name is Marcus Riley. That's my house. They won't let me through." Rodriguez nodded, but not with sympathy, just protocol. "Place your hands on the car." The metal of my own car burned against my palms. I heard Jake whisper into his phone, "See, this is what we deal with." Then, the handcuffs. Cold steel. A final insult. I closed my eyes for a second, trying to steady my breath. The voices in the crowd blurred into a single, buzzing humiliation. They started emptying my pockets, running my ID. Still, no one bothered to call the management company. Still, no one believed me. My phone, buzzing on the pavement, screen cracked, showed one name, Mayor Simmons. I nearly laughed. "Pick that up." I told Officer Rodriguez, voice low and even. He hesitated. Jake smirked. "Yeah, right, the mayor." But Rodriguez, maybe out of habit, maybe sensing something in my tone, answered and put it on speaker. Instantly, the air changed. "Who's in charge there?" Mayor Simmons thundered through the speaker. "This is Mayor Simmons. I'm watching this live. What the hell are you doing to Marcus Riley?" Every head turned. Jake's mouth dropped open. The officers straightened. "Sir, we were just—" Rodriguez tried. "You're detaining the chair of the City Housing Committee and the CEO of Riley Construction, who built half your neighborhood," the mayor roared. "Release him now, and put your supervisor on the line right now." The tension snapped. I could see it break in Mike's face. His whole posture collapsed in on itself, like a balloon pricked by a pin. Jake's phone began to shake in his hands, his live stream audience suddenly erupting with confusion. Apologies, panic. My assistant, Lisa, came tearing up in her Mercedes, legal documents in hand. My attorney, Victor Tran, just behind her, calm, but with that look that said lawsuits were already brewing. Lisa started passing out papers, deeds, business cards, a photo of me with the governor at the last charity event. Rodriguez took off the handcuffs, voice suddenly softer. "Mr. Riley, I'm sorry. This is a misunderstanding." I flexed my wrists, watching Mike and Jake melt under the glare of their own boss, who'd shown up and was already dialing their corporate office. "Gentlemen, you're done." The supervisor barked. "Badge. Keys, now. Security Plus won't tolerate this. And as of this minute, our contract with Mr. Riley's company is terminated." The humiliation landed hard. Jake's live feed still rolling as he handed over his badge. Fingers trembling. Mike tried to say something. Anything. But the words died on his lips. The crowd had gone dead silent, and every eye that once stared at me in suspicion now looked away. Ashamed. The ripples spread faster than I could imagine. That video went viral in hours. Jake's wife called him sobbing. His daughter was bullied at school, classmates chanting about her racist daddy. Mike's mortgage got called in. His family started packing before the week was over. The security company lost its contract. News crews rolled up. Neighbors who'd been eager to film my arrest scurried back inside, curtains drawn. And suddenly, people were calling for training, reform, apologies. Everyone so eager to look like they'd learned something, when all I'd wanted was a quiet dinner at home. I didn't feel triumphant. I felt tired, relieved, but also deeply aware that if my phone hadn't rung at the right moment, this could have ended much worse. Jake and Mike weren't evil masterminds. They were symptoms of something older and meaner than either of them. As I walked to my front door, finally free, I glanced back. Jake stood by his car, face pale, his badge gone. Mike just stared at the pavement, hands in fists, breathing heavy. The crowd dispersed in silence. No one dared meet my eyes. There was no applause, no celebration, just the echo of doors closing, the low whir of news vans packing up, the finality of 2 ruined careers, and the feeling, deep in my bones, that my dignity had been returned, but only at a cost. No grand gestures, no forgiveness, just a hard lesson laid bare in front of everyone who chose to watch. That's the truth about power. What it gives, what it takes, and what it reveals. You can rebuild a reputation, but you can't erase the moment when a man takes back his dignity. That's the lesson. Remember it. From J.R.